can endure this, then they should give guys like Paul Pierce his job back. They should give Matt Barnes his.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode. Please like the video and subscribe. Our target is only 1,000 likes. So Shannon Sharpe and his legal team are aggressively contesting rape allegations from a woman in a Nevada civil suit. On Tuesday, lawyers for the woman released audio for what appeared to be Shannon Sharpe threatening to choke her. Shannon Sharpe and his lawyer, Lanny Davis, responded by accusing the woman's lawyer of racism, outing the woman as an adult content creator, and saying they would be suing the pair for defamation. The ESPN commentator and Pro Football Hall of Famer called the suit against him a shakedown. Shannon Sharpe denied raping the woman and released explicit text messages from her on Monday in an effort to prove that the pair were in a consensual relationship.
All of this is untrue. If it is true, then they gotta do something about this. If ESPN can endure this, then they should give guys like Paul Pierce his job back. They should give Matt Barnes his job back.
Yep.
And even Michael Irvin, our own Michael Irvin, should get his job back.
Yeah.
If people are not just gonna, honor what they supposed to honor, to me, I believe that he should keep his job if he's innocent. But if he's guilty and ESPN keeps him, then ESPN need to give all those people their job back. But I don't really know how this is going to turn out.
That's very true.
And I saw really was the interview with Stephen A. when he was speaking of it, and I was watching it very carefully. Killer
Stephen A. said something about this already.
Yeah, because Stephen A. he didn't stand with Shannon Sharpe like he stood with Jay-Z. When he heard about Jay-Z, he said, "The guy I know, this is not true." When it came to Shannon, he was like, I wasn't there.
Yo,
in a nutshell, yeah.
I gotta keep it static, you know what I'm saying? Because he wasn't there for Jay-Z neither. You wasn't there for Jay-Z. You were not there for Jay-Z, but you went out on a limb because of the character of guy you know. So I'm not saying that you're wrong for that. I'm saying I would have thought that the same standard would be there, right? For a guy you work with every day. Well, not every day, but,
Damn near.
And I'm not taking a shot at Stephen A. It's just an observation.
It does sound like you was taking shots at Stephen A. From what you said, I didn't see Stephen A. shit, but what I'm gathering, what you said from Stephen A. said, he basically said, I don't know the nigga like that.
Well, I ain't putting my hundreds of millions on the line for him.
Yeah, you like, no, I want to hire the nigga. He a little freaky nigga. I don't really know the nigga that well. So whatever happened or whatever happens. I already know Stephen A. He one of the people like, this is going to interfere with me. I have nothing to do with it.
Yeah, Stephen A. is corporate.
He said, I recruited Shannon, but I'm not the boss. Basically, the other higher-ups have to deal with it. That's what he said, verbatim.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, basically.
Is that throwing him under the bus?
Not a little bit, but not really.
In the streets, it's throwing you under the bus.
Yes.
But for corporate, he's not, because he's like, I hired you, and if I hire you and you do something crazy,
right,
then now ESPN is going to look at me when I bring somebody new in here like, can we trust my decision making? And I need them to know.
Right.
I brought them here on talent. I didn't bring them here on morals and principles, because you got to remember this whole situation, as the history goes, a couple months into the deal when he brought him in there was already an allegation. You know what I'm saying? So now with this coming out, it's just like the second thing, because remember, there's the tape. And Walt Disney can't do that.
Mm-hmm. I agree with the part you said. Niggas that they fired for less.
Yeah, they fired a lot of people for less.
Yeah. Stephen A. said, I don't know the nigga, huh? I got to go watch that.
Yeah, but the messed up part is the 100 million. I hope he really get that 100 million. But let me ask you something, Killer. If you had 100 million on the table and a joint from back in the days just say, you know what? I need 50. Mm-hmm. When you didn't wild out, but you said some things on tape you wasn't supposed to say. Not that you did, but and she said, I need 50. What would be your response?
Take it to trial. I don't got $1, yo. I ain't got $1 for none of them old bitches. Yo, listen, man. That's why I got an iPhone 3. I got everything. And I got it all. I got 3 desktops full of information. All my phones. I got Nextel flip phones. I got all that because I know for a fact that it's a lot of angry women that things may not have worked out between not just me, anybody.
Yeah.
And then you come up and then they're mad about this is a recent situation.
Yeah.
You're right. You're 100% right. It's a bunch of females that been back in the days. Not like I said, don't even gotta be me and be like, oh, this nigga up, he don't remember he did this, he did that to me, he did this. You have to keep your receipts, yo. Everything, especially if you're right. If you're right, you have to. We're just in that world.
Yeah.
Think about this, even with the Puff shit, right? Lawsuit was coming out every 90 seconds. Every 90 seconds, a lawsuit was coming out to the point where they're like, ain't Jay-Z his man? Throw him in. You know what I'm saying? Like, it started getting crazy. You know what I'm saying? So.
Yeah, this is a scary time for players.
Yeah, man.
It's a real scary time.
That's the whole thing. I don't think it's a scary time for players. Me personally, I think it's a scary time for niggas who don't know how to move right.
Yeah.
And I ain't gonna say person like Puff, and I ain't jinxing nobody. I don't know his personal shit. Might be a little bit of karma with the shit he got going on. But when you somebody in newfound success, like I talked about this yesterday when you wasn't here, he has a different success now than from football. You attract a different audience. You got to know how to move. You got to know how to move when you're an athlete. I don't know, man. It's good that you gave it a take. I think that your take was really good. I'd say, but I had to say yesterday, I don't really have much to say today.
Yeah. Last thing I'll add, 2025. I said it before, I'll say it.
But the first thing I took from this when I heard it was, look, he was living in California and moved to Nevada. She moved from California to Nevada too. So if somebody's being abusive to you in one state, why would you move to the next state with the same nigga who's abusing you? I don't know. Me personally, I found the red flag with that personally. And then the next thing is this sex tape that's supposedly coming out. Shannon said, put the whole 30 minutes out or 10 minutes, whatever it is. I guess there's some part in there for 30 seconds because brought that up. Shannon brought that up. He said, I believe he's going to release 30 seconds of it. Whatever that 30 seconds is must be nasty and violent and fucked up. If you don't want to put the whole 10 minutes and you reducing it to that 30, it must have been WWE in that joint. Elbow off the top of the bed, off the throw against the dresser. You white little bitch, come here, suck big black dick. Fuck you talking about? You want nigga dick? I get that part. I get it. Because I tell white bitches you want that nigga dick. But it's consensual. They agree. You know what I'm saying? But you know, I've been doing this in a different realm from him. I never made it as a professional athlete. I've been out here shaking and juggling these bitches since 20 years old. I know what you up to. I know when a bitch try to bait me in a text message to say some dumb shit. I ain't writing it back. You right. And I'm not writing nothing back. You can't get me to write a damn thing back when I see what's going on. You get what I'm saying? Then you gotta know, and see, that's the fucked up thing. It seemed like he trusted her from the conversation I heard. You gotta read the signs like, I don't wanna get choked. That ain't something you usually say. Hold on, you don't usually talk to me like this. Why are you talking to me like this now? Yo, I'm gonna hit you back. Boom. And then you know, when shit ain't right, you be like, when you answer the phone, they be like, hello, hello, hello. They setting up. Oh, I can hear you now. They done set the call up. You got to read all these signs, bro. And you got to think about this, right? This is why, and a lot of people call this nigga Uncle Tom, and he don't like black people, or this, that, and the third, et cetera, et cetera. This is why Stephen A. don't get into no shit like this. And I'm going to say none of us is above it, knock on wood, but he knows he works for Disney. When you work for Disney, a sex tape can't be coming out like this. You can't be admitting that, 30 seconds of this shit was kind of rough. I'm letting y'all know. Shit get a little wild. But didn't he like 30 seconds get what? Yo, this Mickey Mouse in now. What you mean 30 seconds get wild? I think that Disney's getting a little more lenient because of shit like Pat McAfee. Cursing at 12 p.m. in the afternoon. Not just that, Shannon had a little sex tape that he admitted to, nothing visual, just vocal. So I think it's a little more lenient. And I hope that Disney does keep him. I'm rooting for him because I do believe this is a shakedown. But when you start getting the video evidence and vocal evidence and audio evidence, I should say, pardon me, and text messages and this, that, and the third, that's crazy.